I'm Dr. Rachel Newrick, and this is Advanced Seismic Interpretation. We're halfway through the course so far, and thus far the participation has been great. I've enjoyed the breakout rooms. I've also enjoyed the whiteboards that we've been interacting with, and I look forward to that continued interaction over the upcoming week. In the next session, we're going to be looking at post-stack seismic attributes. Now, the Schlumberger Oil Field Dictionary defines post-stack attributes as any measurable property of seismic data that could be through amplitude, dip, phase, frequency. We can measure them over a single trace, over a time window, over a series of traces, a surface, or a window. But what I really like is Kurt Marfut and Satinder Chopra's definition, in which seismic attributes reveal any feature, relationship, or pattern within the subsurface that might not otherwise be noticed. And that's really the direction I take when I'm looking at seismic attributes. What didn't I see in the grayscale or in the double gradational, full stack, or even near and far stacks that I may have seen if these attributes drew my attention to it? So we're going to be asking, what is an attribute? Why do we use them? When is it applicable? And how do we calculate and apply them? And as you can see, what is an attribute is any derivative product from seismic. Why do we use them? To aid the interpreter. We need help with our interpretation. We don't always see the funny looking things in the data, and our attention isn't always drawn to the correct location. Sometimes we're dragged off to some magpie location. We're interested in something that's really not what we should be looking at. When is it applicable to run attributes? Always. It is always applicable to run attributes, whether you use a scattergun approach or whether you have a very defined process in mind. And then we ask, how do we calculate and apply them? Well, that depends on the attribute, and we'll be looking at a few of those in the next session. We'll be looking at trace attributes, windowed attributes, horizon attributes, and volume attributes. And we'll be covering them over that morning when we meet again. Now, there's a task and a challenge before we meet again. The task is to read one of my favorite papers about attributes, and that's Art Barnes' Too Many Seismic Attributes. Now, Art did a great study, cross-plotted, analysed attributes because he felt there was a plethora and we didn't need them all. So you can see the reference here, have a look, read it, and come with your own ideas when we meet again. The other thing I'd like you to do is to browse through the AAPG Geophysical Corner. Now, Satinder Chopra, Kurt Marfut, and others have been putting together material for this great 1 to 2 page commentary in each of the AAPGs for decades now. And I'd like you to just scan through, find an attribute or a workflow that you haven't applied to your data before, and consider it as if you'd be applying it to an area that you're currently working. Bring that along so you've got something to add to the discussion. I love this as a place to go to give me ideas. So again, read the Art Barnes paper and have a look at the AAPG Geophysical Corner. Come prepared to discuss post-stack seismic attributes. I look forward to seeing you in the next session. Enjoy your evening.